everyone. Welcome, welcome, and welcome to our inaugural Mental Health and Wellness meeting. We felt it was so fitting to invite all of you to be with us this evening to kick off Black History Month. As we know, there's so much going on around us, there's so much going on within us, and there's so much going on through us that myself and the leadership team really wanted to provide a space for us to heal, a safe space for us to share. As you guys know, one of our tenets with mental health and wellness is connection, and providing an opportunity for us to connect this evening and kick off our series for the week, for the month, and for the year is what we really wanted to do with Black History Month. So, welcome, and so happy that you could be with us this evening. I'm going to invite the rest of the leadership team on with me as we kind of set up how we're going to proceed for this evening. We're going to start with some shared words from the other two leadership members, which we have Dr. Carolyn Rowley and Heather with us. And then we're going to go into just some breathing and some time to reflect as we share a poem. And then after that, we're going to ask you guys to engage with us because we want to hear, one, your thoughts about what you're really finding that you need to heal from and with and through, that we can hold your hand and partner with you in. And also, we wanted to come up with and develop a community mantra, something that we can share that is very empowering to usher us into this month and this year of our sickle cell mental health and wellness initiative. And with that, I'm going to pass it to Dr. Rowley to just give some opening words.
Thank you, Dr. Marjorie. And hello, everyone. Good afternoon and evening. It is so good to be, I've missed you. And it is so good to have you all with us again. And as I was thinking earlier that, as Dr. Marjorie said, there's a lot going around us and with, within us and through us. And it's almost as if we really haven't had a break, even though we're into a new year, into the second, the month of the new year. And I think for some people, it's just been swishing through. And what I would like for us to do, and we have to be very mindful of it, is to just stop. And sometimes we just have to stop and to continue to, my mantra is grace, giving grace to myself because it can be so busy, giving grace especially to others because they too might be just as busy going through the storm, not feeling understood. And so my mantra is going to be grace to myself, grace to others, and to sometimes just to stop. And of course, breathe. Thank you.
And Heather, do you want to just share and welcome our community?
Good evening, everyone. We welcome you back to this year. We are excited to be able to, again, deep dive into the mental health aspects of living with sickle cell. And for those who are caregivers, we appreciate you for showing up today because we understand that mental health is not just a sickle cell thing, it's an everyone thing. So we're so appreciative of the time that you have taken for yourself this evening to spend with us. And I truly do look forward to seeing everyone grow in themselves and in love this year. I don't really have a mantra for myself as of yet. I tend to always kind of develop one and then they may slide off and they may come back. Something that I think that I want to face this year is with the goal of building new, building fresh, and building from start. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day, we forget to notice the smaller nuances of life. So my goal this year is to just build stronger, but also stop and smell the roses as often as possible.
Thank you so much for that. So I do have a little bit of a mantra, but I'm going to save it for after we go through our first exercise, and then we can all share and maybe develop one as a community that we can kind of pass along and just champion for the rest of the year. So the three tools, because we talk about building our toolkit, right, when it comes to mental health and wellness. So the three tools that we're highlighting tonight is, of course, breath work, which we're just going to really synchronize with our own breath cadence, our rhythm, our natural rhythm, and really just be aware of it. So that's one. We discussed the mantra, building a mantra, because that can be very empowering and give you positive energy when you need it. And connecting, feeling like there's a community that you already understood, so you don't have to explain yourself. You can feel safe and know that we are here to support you. So, three things that all take some work. So, with that, here we go. We're going to settle in. So, please find an area that you're comfortable. If this is your first time with us, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome. And like my other leaders shared, I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I've missed you too. I've needed you guys so much. So I'm happy that we're having this moment to pause, to enjoy the pause, because so much happens in the pause. So with that, like I said, find a comfortable position. I will invite you to start to soften your face, soften your jaw, shoulders, arms, stomach, legs, feet, and toes. Soften your eyes. I'll invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable and safe, or just look downward. And maybe for the first time today, become aware of your breath. Just feel your breath come in and through your body. The gentle inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. There is so much power in the breath. Begin to feel the coolness of the air coming in through your nostrils and the warmth of the air emptying onto the top of your leg. Maybe you focus on the gentle rise and fall of your belly with every inhalation and every exhalation. Maybe at one point you become aware of your heartbeat, how it vibrates through your body. And then I would invite you to come back to your breath. Allow your natural rhythm to settle. Allow your natural inhalation and exhalation to fill your heart and warm your soul. And thoughts may come and go, and that's okay, as long as you come back to your breath. And as we sit here together, we're going to take a moment as we're breathing to listen to a poem that provides an invitation to everyone to be part of this space. And as we go into Black History Month, I'd like us to think about shaping and reshaping a new space as we invite others in. The invitation. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for. And if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayals or have become shriveled and closed from fear or further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine and your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine and your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes, without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can hear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty given what is not pretty every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you make. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you come to be here. I want to know if you still stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink away. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep during the empty moments. Come back to your breath. The gentle inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. Let's begin to take a couple of deeper breaths together and collectively as a community. A deep inhale and a deep exhale. A little deeper still. Gently exhaling here. And begin to bring your palms together. You can either bring them together at heart center or place both hands on your heart. Just a moment to remember that your breath is your superpower. Your breath ignites the fire within. Your breath fills you with loving kindness, and your breath brings you closer to your truth. And may our truths cross paths. Holding space for our community, holding space for healing, holding space to truly see each other and to invite each other into this new fold. Sending you my light and surrounding you with my love. With that, gently start to open up your eyes. Maybe if you need to take a couple of movements from just sitting there, do so. And now we get to share a little bit. I always have my book with me because I love to write things down. I think of things, I feel things, I feed off of you guys. So I think the first thing we'd love to know and hear, and we'll start sharing with the leadership, is maybe what might have come up for you while you were breathing, while you listened to that poem, maybe while you sat still with your eyes closed for the first time today. Um, for me, there was definitely a sense of grounding and just happiness, knowing that this poem means a lot and it creates a vulnerable place for me, but acknowledging that and willing to move forwards was kind of what was going through my mind. Dr. Rowley?
I was thinking I like to have access to that poem, so you'll have to send it to the leadership
Absolutely.
team. And in listening, I like that. In that I desire and I have to be mindful when meeting someone, and it can be off-putting to not say, "Hi, how are you?" I never ask age, but we at times may ask, "So what do you do?" And guess what? That's not as important, to really want to know the soul of that person, but that means engaging at a whole different level, which for me, I invite. Um, so that's what I was thinking, wanting to have more opportunities like that.
Awesome. Heather?
For me, it was just a moment of peace. Um, we have been in bad weather, and I have been shut in with a 5-year-old for 2 days now. And it's been hard to find that peace, right? To have a moment of quietness without the thousands of things, of course, that are running through your brain that need to happen and get done. And this space allows me just a moment to shut off and to not, and to focus only on myself and my breathing and where I am.
Oh, I like that. I like both statements. They just warm my heart. Do we have comments from I think, Sharonda, will you be helping us to just monitor the box? I saw a couple of good mornings. I saw some good evenings, which is awesome because we have people joining us from every part of the world, which is why I love this stream. I love StreamYard. It's very global and our community is global. So I can't see the box in real time. Can either one of you see it in real time? Okay.
Not at this time.
Well, Ms. Rhonda, if you share some of those comments with us, I know we started with Dr. Raleigh shared one of her mantras. Until that comes through, I'll share kind of one of mine that I always go back to. If I can look up, I can get up. Sometimes that's all I need to kind of get up and out of the bed, depending on what my body is saying, what my mind is saying, what my heart is feeling. And this year, I'm going into this year, this concept of a whole person and trusting the process. I see some things coming up on the left corner of the screen. I don't know if you can see it, Heather, or Dr. Ali can see it.
Yes, we can. And so at this time, it's quiet, but I'm sure there will be people who will be commenting soon.
Okay. I did see two, and I saw a hello from Coco. So what I'd like us to kind of what I've been telling myself is focus on how to be more whole. And in being whole, that in itself is complete health, which sometimes is quite challenging because as Heather was referencing, our mind is all over the place. We're double, we're trying to do so many different things at once and balance and be either what's expected of us or what we just need to be at that time for others. But being whole and trusting the process has become one of the things that I try to keep to the forefront of my mind, that I am worthy, that I'm strong enough and I'm capable. Worthy, strong enough and capable. And sometimes when things get sticky, that's just what I need to push and get me through. And then I'll think about my breath again.
I think for myself, I do take opportunities. I am mindful of just breathing. And as you stated, and as many people may be feeling, there's just a lot happening to contend with, both outside of our community, within our community. And um, during these periods, I ask for wisdom. That's actually really important. And so, I think for most of us, we know what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have a laundry list. And so we know what we have to do. But I think sometimes, and I mentioned stop earlier, we have to just stop and be able to seek wisdom as well. And that comes in the form of even how to take care of ourselves at that moment, um, or making decisions that need to be made, or what have you. So there's just a lot coming in, and I'm so glad for today because I've missed you all. And so it's nice to have that opportunity to just be right now and to be present. Because, of course, we can go right back into that which is pulling us, but it's nice to be able to remember. And when you actually can remember a place that you've been fully engaged in, it will actually calm you down. You may actually find that your breath is changing to be able to just to breathe. So again, the more you do something, the more it becomes a habit, and the more you'll be able to find that place that can just where you can just stop, breathe, ask for wisdom, and then move it forward. Thank you.
It's so beautiful. During breathing, was thinking about more outreach and being saying, can you read that, you guys?
During breathing, was thinking about this more about outreach and being this saying, busy work does not mean you are getting more accomplished. Stay in the moment.
I love that. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yes.
Staying in the moment is just so important, and we tend to not be present because we're already thinking about the 10 things that we have to do down the line. But being able to actually be present in the moment allows us to align more. And when we during the mental health in the mental health space, when we say align, we're really talking about kind of aligning that mind, that body, and that spirit. Yeah, because that's so vital, but so hard to do, recognizing that at times you need training. And that's why we're hoping that by meeting and having sessions and discussing options and kind of how to put some of these tools and intertwine them within your life, it becomes a habit because we're going to practice and we're practicing. So until another comment comes up, I'll remind everyone, there's another wonderful comment from Overcoming Sickle Cell Disease. Heather, you want to grab that one?
We stand together and united in the journey on sickle cell disease awareness.
I like that. We are stronger together. And I always think of that too. That's another one of my quick mantras. I know I'm not going through this alone, but sometimes I have to remind myself we're stronger together. So there are others that I can always reach out to. But providing these tools so that we practice them regularly. So I'm going to take this moment to remind everyone that our regular sessions, though we're kicking off with today, This is great. Thank you for doing this. You're very welcome. Is that Etta Carter?
That's Etta.
We love it. We love that you're here, Etta. You add so much energy to our circle. That our regular sessions and meetings will continue to be Sunday evenings, right, ladies, at 7 p.m.
Yay.
Definitely
Wow.
for the entire month of February. And then we'll get feedback to see if we want to move that time up or down or choose another evening, like Wednesday evening or something like that. But that's always a space that we'll provide on a weekly basis, except when we let you know that there won't be a session, so that we can continue to, one, grow as a community, two, explore different tools, and then three, really personalize your toolkit. What does your mental health and wellness toolkit look like? It's different for everyone, but I also think there are common things that we all share. It's a matter of having things that are accessible. And we really have been focusing during this initiative to provide things that can ground you, but that are very accessible so that you don't feel like I can't get to it, I can't purchase it, I can't find it, and the like. Because we really want you to be able to practice all the tools and possibilities that they are so that you have that comprehensive care, right? Which really includes, as we said, our tagline last year was self-care is healthcare. It really includes having a really robust, strong, and good self-care program. Is that another comment to the side, guys?
No.
Do you see it on the left? Okay, I guess I only see it on my screen.
Yes, I no, I no, we see it. I'll read this one. Are these groups advertised anywhere other than Facebook? Just found out about this about an hour ago from someone else. Good question.
Great question. So what we've tried to develop over the past year is that we do put it on Facebook, we do put it on Instagram. The Sickle Cell Consortium sends out emails and posts. And then the individuals who are on our leadership team, because they have a network, also try to text it out and post it on their respective pages. So we're trying to really formalize a more robust way of doing that this year so that we reach more people. I just see another comment pop up. Heather, can you see that one?
Haha, I don't have an Instagram account either. I've been posting on LinkedIn. I'm not sure if that's something that way you get information. And our goal this year is to create a Rolodex of sorts so that way we will be emailing when you join us. We will be emailing out each week, letting you know when sessions are and or reminders. And you do have LinkedIn, so feel free to follow me. My name is Heather Avant, Avant. I did not put my last name up here this evening. Of course I didn't. But I will post every week on my LinkedIn account as well, letting people know when our sessions are. But you can look forward to seeing us each and every Sunday at 7, at least for the remainder of this month.
Yep. And I post on LinkedIn also. So I try to post on LinkedIn. I try to do Facebook. I try to do Instagram. And then I text people so that I try my best to get the word out. And I think as we come up with a system that's efficient, we'll reach more and more people. And we'll rely on you guys to also share the link. What does that comment say?
That just said followed.
Okay, awesome. So since people are chiming in, I'm going to take just one more opportunity to ask, do you guys want to share any of your mantras? Because we really want to try to get one together for the entire community that we can all kind of adopt and use moving forwards. And whatever suggestions you put in the box, that we can either decide tonight or we can decide on our first session on Sunday. But we'd love to see what you guys are thinking.
So we have Jonathan, who states, I've learned to not focus so much on my issues and ask others how they are and be sincere in your empathy for them as well. You can add value to a conversation when you focus on their concerns and engage as well.
Thank you for that. We're getting nice and deep in thought. I love it. Empathy, engage, consciousness, connection, all really good things. Usually a mantra, for those of you who might not know or have it, is just a short phrase of a couple of words that you can almost put on repeat in your mind that elevates your energy in a sense, that puts you in an empowered or somewhat positive frame of mind, especially when you feel challenged. So we really want to try to, it doesn't have to be catchy, but I want something that speaks to us and that kind of when you say it, you feel it so that we can all kind of share it and use it as something empowering during this month and as we begin and kind of usher into this time of need in the beginning of the year, but also knowing that we make each other so much stronger moving forward. So with that, unless my co-leaders want to add anything, we're gonna ground in our breath a little bit as we try to close out the session.
Well, I have a few things I would like to add. I think that, oftentimes we try to get a really meta with our mantras. We're trying to figure out ways of being very concise. And I think that that can sometimes do us a disservice. So I want you all out there, when you're thinking about figuring out a phrase or something that can help you grow in this year or in your life or where you are in this moment, to think about something that really applies to you. Um, right now, I'm working on boundaries. I haven't been really good at setting boundaries over the last couple of years, and it's taken a toll on me emotionally. So it's not necessarily a mantra right now. It's just a word, but it can turn into that. Uh, Setting boundaries and how do I navigate boundaries with my business, with my work and advocacy, with my family. So I want everyone to be aware that a mantra, they usually come organically, but don't make them to be something too difficult. I think that something that's very attainable and it's probably right on your fingertips.
Thank you so much for that. So true. Let it come to you. It'll come organically. You'll feel it. That's why I said something that you feel in your heart and your soul. And we are always here to share and always welcoming whatever it is that comes to your heart, whatever it is that you might feel, and whatever it is that you might need. And with that, because I know we're going to see all of you on Sunday at 7 p.m. With that, let's take 3 community breaths together. So I'd ask you to once again resettle. I am providing this invitation to you to join us in 3 community breaths, just as you are, because you are perfect, just as you are. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more, a little deeper, a little slower. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Fill up your cup so that it runneth over. And when you can't inhale anymore, gently exhale through the mouth. Release, release, release. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us today. Be blessed, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, everyone.